Ida dado lista. Ero de galande he, hejela chis cosalane, desciatino. Nivana dejadosta, heldi do hesta hando gilastane, ostwatli lo hejeleg. Gis gadu, niwiske on hido hestu yukdenge. Father, we just thank you this morning to be able to be here. We thank you for all your blessings. We just ask you to be with us throughout this day and guide us and give us wisdom, knowledge for the betterment of Cherokee Nation. In your name we pray. Amen.
All right, Waddell, Mail, and Shelley, can you do the roll call for us, please?
Yes, sir. Cody Poindexter,
Honey?
Uriah Grass, Sasha Black Fox Qualls, Danny Callison, Julia Coates, Joe Deere, Kevin Easley, Ashley Grant, Lisa Hall,
Here.
Clifton Hughes, Johnny Kidwell, Daryl Legg, Kinder McGady, Dora Petskowski, Joshua Sam, Melvina Shot Pouch,
Honey.
Kendessa Teehee. We do have a quorum.
All right, I need a motion and a second for the approval of the minutes from last committee meeting. All right, motion passes. Moving on to report, cultural tourism, Ms. Molly Jarvis.
Good morning. Great to be with you all today. Thank you for having me. Let's see, for the tourism report, a couple of updates from the report that was submitted. Through December, we have more than 357 Cherokee artists that we have participating in our programs. That includes the Artist Recovery Act, public art bids, museum programs, and then our art shows. So really proud that we've increased that number and are able to work with more artists. And our cultural sites welcomed more than 14,000 guests over the first quarter of the year. So October, November, December, we had more than 14,000 guests come through our sites. Right now, we have at Anna Mitchell, the We Are Cherokee, Cherokee Freedmen, and the right to citizenship on display. And there will be a special reception this coming Saturday there, if you have that on your calendars, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and that's at Anna Mitchell in Veneta. We continue the work on Will Rogers' Birthplace Ranch in Oologah, and that is expected to be complete later this summer. And on that topic of continuing work, we are continuing with the Cherokee Heritage Center planning efforts. We do anticipate a groundbreaking in late 2026 for the new building there. And then wanted to mention that the Trail of Tears art show and reception is a little bit early, but to get it on your calendars is April 10th for the reception in the evening. And then the show runs April 11th through May. And then we will also have a new exhibit on the declarations of sovereignty, the Cherokee response to the American Revolution, and that will be coming up in April at the Cherokee National History Museum. So those are some of the highlights from the report, and I'm happy to answer any questions if anyone has any.
All right, is there any questions for Ms. Molly? No, I don't see none. Looks like a great report.
All right, thank you, Counselor.
While you're also up here, do you also want to do the Cherokee National Treasure Advisory Committee?
I sure can. Thank you. A couple of updates from the report that was submitted there as well. And I'm sorry that Jane couldn't be with us today, but we do have a list in that report from the treasurers of all of the OCO TV episodes that feature a treasure. And you can watch those on OCO.tv and just go to a specific episode if you're looking for one of those. We do have our mentor program open for fiscal year 26, so that is open and ready for teaching. Speaking of our Cherokee National Treasure, Jane Ostie, she is featured in a new exhibit at Crystal Bridges called the Visions of America exhibit. She has a commissioned piece there. And then the next treasures meeting will be held. They're always the third Thursday of the month at 2 p.m. So then that's when the next treasures meeting will be of the advisory committee.
All right, is there any questions pertaining to the Cherokee National Treasure Advisory Committee? No, I see none. And give Jane our our thoughts and prayers right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Councilor Poindexter.
All right, and moving on to reports, we will Cherokee Nation Language Department with Mr. Howard Payton. I see Brooke stepping in.
Good morning, Council. I am happy to take any questions back for Mr. Payton.
Any questions for Howard? Nope, see none. Thank you, Brooke.
Thank you.
And moving on to community and cultural outreach with Miss Savannah Smith.
Good morning, Chair, Council. Thank you for having me here today. I believe you guys have my report, and I'll take any questions at this time.
Are there any questions for Savannah? Counselor Teehee.
I don't have any questions. I just had a comment. I was very glad to attend the Florida Community at-Large event in Lakeland this weekend, and just commend you and your staff for putting on a really stellar event. Vince Feeling was really outstanding as the MC. I mean,
Cherokee Hype Man, that's what we call him.
I mean, he could 100% MC, like a MMA event or some special, professional sports events.
Yes.
But just wanted to thank you and your staff for the hospitality and for putting on a really seamless event. It was really wonderful to gather with everyone.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, any more questions? No, I just wanted to extend a gratitude from me to just one of a few departments. I had a constituent over the past week. She had a number of issues come up within 12 hours that were all unrelated, and I had to get a hold of housing and Gadugi Corps and the water and sanitation department. It seems like I had everybody on that thread, and I just wanted to extend my gratitude to Sean Crittenden and Gadugi Corps for helping me out, and how grateful I am for you guys for helping me out with that constituent there. So thank you guys for everything you do. All right, Counselor Easley.
Yeah, just wanted to say thank you for handling that situation that we found out about in Florida, the elder that's needing a ramp, and we reached out to you, and you hopped on it immediately, and I know you're working on it today, and just give a thank you from us to both you and your crew there.
Thank you.
All right, any more questions for Miss Savannah? Nope, I see none. All right.
Thank you,
Great
guys.
report, thank you. I all of a sudden got a frog in my throat when we started. So old business, none pending. New business. This is discussion and possible action, legislative cultural retreat, work group creation, and member selection. I need a motion and a second to enter into discussion.
Second.
All right, so moved. So for this, I wanted to give the opportunity for everyone if they would like to be a part of this work group. I know it seems like we got a lot of work groups going on right now, but we're fixing to come out of one. And I don't see this one being as extensive, and we'll have a little more time to design maybe the agenda or things that we would like to see in this cultural retreat. And the ultimate goal is to have a lot of fellowship with one another and come out of this with a deeper respect for who we are as Cherokee people and our language and culture. And if you have any knowledge that you'd like to contribute to this work group, such as language, culture, art, or even just a fresh perspective, I'd love to have you a part of this work group. And so if you're interested, I think it's 8 members to a work group. So if you're interested, please, raise your hand or let Shelly know, and we can go from there. And I'd love to get this thing going, and I'm excited to see it grow and maybe be something that the council continues even after us. So I guess if you're interested, just raise your hand and Shelly will write you down. All right. 2, 4, 5. All right. Yep.
I saw Mel had her hand up.
Yep, Mel, Sasha, Kendessa, Lisa, Ashley. Yep. All right. Okay. That'll work. Then, do I need a motion in a second to approve that, or? Discussion and possible action. Okay, so I need a motion and a second to approve. Approve, so I need to just approve it? Oh, all in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
All right, so moved. Is that right? Okay. And then the next item is discussion and possible action, which is approval of the Council of the Cherokee Nation seal. I need a motion and a second to enter into discussion on that. All right, and before we get started, you will find the copies at your desk of what we have been looking at and working on over the past few months, and there's two options there, and we'll vote on an option. But before we get started, I would like to invite Cherokee National Treasurer and very esteemed artist, Mr. Roy Boney, to the podium so he can explain the artwork and what we went through. Here, Roy, I have a copy here if you'd like that. Oh, okay. All right, and Roy, I will turn it over to you, and yeah.
All right, we're almost. I will see you in the God. I'm glad to be here this morning. Well, as Counselor was talking about, the last few months, we've been going through this process of designing a potential new seal for the Tribal Council. We went through a lot of different iterations, but the whole concept itself, though, is still grounded in a lot of Cherokee traditional imagery. So if you have the image in front of you, I'll go like from the out, working inside, kind of describing what the symbolism of each element is in the design. So the outer circle, you'll notice it looks like it's got the little curves, it's like a sun shape. That is referencing the traditional sun circle designs. You'll see that kind of imagery on a lot of artwork you see from other national treasures like Jane Austen, Lisa Rutherford. That's kind of a common motif, and it stems from the mound building culture. So that symbol represents the sun and the fire, and so that the importance of that to not just Cherokees but other Southeastern tribes as well. Moving inside that, you'll see a reference to the Cherokee braided rope that you see in the Cherokee Nation seal. That represents, this tying together of everyone, the strength of bonds that we all have. Moving to that, the next item there is the text that says Cherokee Nation Tribal Council in Cherokee and in English. And moving again further inside, you see the first seven-sided shape. That's signifying the seven directions that are recognized among Cherokee traditionalists. So you see it north, south, east, west, above, below, and center. Going in further, you will see another, wait, I got off here, a circle of seven pointed stars representing the seven Cherokee syllables in the phrase Cherokee Nation. So Chalaki, Ayehli, or Chalaki, Hi, Ayehli, that's seven characters, so that represents each of those characters in the syllabary. There's another seven-pointed star representing the seven Cherokee clans, an inner seven-sided shape symbolizing a tribal council house, and there's a four-headed eagle design in the center that's based on the Southeastern mound building culture iconography. They're facing each other with the idea that they're dialoguing with each other, just like you do as a council. And finally, right in the center is the Cherokee Nation star that you see in all the iconography that the tribe uses, from the branding to the seals to other items that's put out by Cherokee Nation officially. The color schemes are taken from the Cherokee Nation color schemes. So, Cherokee Nation has a branding guide that you see these colors come from. It's also taken from the current Cherokee Nation seal colors, and it's also taken from Cherokee traditional colors. So that's the entire. I guess that's the design there. That's all the images and the symbolism behind it. Any questions?
Are there any questions for Roy? Speaker.
Roy, I don't have any, well, I guess I do have a question. What the information that you just went over, at the end of the day, if we could have all that written up as well to, when we get through with all this. And my other point would be, Chair, if you would kind of, for those folks who weren't on the work group, if you could kind of explain how we got to this point, it might be good for some of them who wasn't really involved in the process.
So I first reached out to a few artists, and then we landed on Roy. Roy provided over 15 designs, and we went through like a fine-tooth comb on every one, and finally landed on a few, and then we nailed down one, and then we started talking about colors and traditional meanings of colors, and there was things I learned in the work group, and it was just a really eye-opening experience. And so what you see here is a very traditional and very Cherokee seal. And there was actually an explanation you said in the work group about the eagle that I really, really liked. And what was it was something to do how we overwatch our districts and our constituents or something. I can't.
Yeah. So the idea is, the bird, the eagle is important to a lot of tribes, but for Cherokees as well. And it's like, the eagle eye is very watchful, very sharp. So this concept was like, as a tribal council, you're looking over the people's business. So you're kind of watching over that.
Yeah, once you explained that one really drew me into this symbology. And but yeah, so we landed on these two designs in just different color formats. But if you guys have any questions or any thought or input, it's much appreciated. Or if you have anything Counselor Grant.
So just looking at the two designs with the very different color schemes, is there some explanation you can give about the symbolism of the two different colors using one versus
What's
the other?
the second color that? Yeah. So the idea here, this is one option, of course. This kind of is a more full color version, so to speak. It's got a lot more colors in it. And it is referencing the Cherokee Nation colors. You see the green outline. That's kind of representing the oak leaves in the original seal, that green color. The red is always means a lot of things, but it can be interpreted as this kind of idea of medicine, healing, and kind of looking forward and defending things. The blue, of course, represents water, and that's kind of representing this idea of calm and peace and nourishing for our people. The color on the outside is the current color of the Cherokee Nation, that rope going around. So this is kind of focusing on what exists in terms of the Cherokee Nation seal. The second option kind of goes more into the brown color of things. And the idea was, kind of going almost monochromatic in a sense. So it's not like specifically fully charged as in color meaning. It's just kind of making something that's a bit more balanced in terms of color, if that makes sense.
All right. Is there any more questions for Roy? Counselor Hughes.
You could say that represents the peace or the white path. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could easily switch colors again.
All right. Is there any more questions for Roy? No? Well, thank you for that description, Roy. Thank you for being here, and we really appreciate you. And if you might hang around, we'll visit with you afterwards on some details, too.
All right, sounds good. Well done.
All right. So I guess now, just seeing what you all think. Counselor Coates?
Yeah. I love Roy Boney's work. I love his work. And if he submitted 15 different designs for this, would it be possible for the entire body to see the other designs as well?
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. If that's okay with the work group, Yeah, she can email it. She can forward the emails that we've had on attachments.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd love to see them. I really
for
appreciate
sure.
that. Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else? What are your thoughts? What are your inputs? Speaker.
Yeah, seeing the other many that we had, and I think he's done a great job, Roy. Thank you very much for taking all of all the input that you did, kind of digesting it all, and coming out with something that we can work with. Now, Chair, I guess my question would be: do we do we vote to forward these on to rules? Do we vote on option 1 or 2? What is how do you think that we should proceed?
I guess to see what option that's presented in front of us now, which option everyone likes here is at the table, and if we want to vote later, we can. If Julia wants to also, if some other counselors as well also want to see other options, we can make sure to forward that email to them, and just provide maybe this option that we vote on today, and then whatever if they see something that strikes their fancy and that other email, we can do that. Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Chair. I guess so. I guess what we could do is we could at least, for purposes of today, vote on one of these two, and then provide the other designs via email. And if another counselor sees a design they would like to put forward before the next vote, we could do that. I mean, just to try to make some kind of progress. Would that be appropriate?
Counselor Teehee.
Yeah, I don't have any issues with that approach. I will say that I think the symbolic message of this particular seal resonates very strongly with me. And, in addition to Roy's remarks about the eagle and the visual acuity, I've been told by people that Awohali, the eagle, is the highest flying of all the birds and is the closest to Unehlina, creator, and that Awohali can help carry those messages and prayers to God, and that's part of the reasons why we use eagle feathers and why our men wear those eagle feathers and dance as leaders. So I feel this one resonates very strongly with me, and I would like to put it forward as the design that comes out of the work group recommended by us as a whole. Yeah.
Okay. So on what we have now, do you guys like the first option or the second option that is presented at this moment?
I personally like the second one, but as Speaker mentioned, if this is going to be our seal and we're going to have it on something, it's not going to be very visible. The bright colors of the first one makes everything pop, and so I have no problem seconding or making the motion with Dr. Teehee on the first one.
All right. So I have a motion on the Counselor Speaker or Deputy
Oh, no,
Speaker.
I don't need to add anything. I was just going to agree.
Okay.
I thought for
Yeah.
purposes of a letterhead or just
Gotcha.
on a T-shirt, I think this is more as soon as people see it, they recognize a little more. But
Counselor Coates.
If this is going on things like a letterhead, then it's going to, I think, option 2 would also pop off of, just as it is on this page, off of a white background, and I do kind of feel, this one feels more adult-like. I don't know how to say it. This one is, you know what I mean? It's kind of more, that's all. I don't need to go further.
Speaker.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I appreciate it. You've done a great job moving this thing forward, man. It is no easy task, and thank you for doing what you're doing. If we were going to vote today, I would vote for option 1, but I like them both.
I like the high contrast of option 1, personally, yeah.
Yes, I definitely agree with option 1. I think, like everyone said, it pops the best. But, I mean, they look great. Both of them do. And Roy, I mean, you do awesome work anyways. But, yeah, option 1 would definitely get my vote.
All right. So, do what? Go ahead.
If we don't vote on this today, then we're off another month on getting our shirts and everything done. That's what we've been held up on for so long. I would like to vote today.
So I guess.
Dr. Teehee has a motion.
She has a motion and a second on this first option. Okay. So I guess, do we want to do all in favor for the first option? Okay, and would it be Counselor Pascal?
I'm confused because we were going to wait and accommodate Counselor Coates, and now we're going to vote. So what are we doing?
That's what I was gonna ask. Do we want to vote on one of these options and then provide those 15 other designs that we've seen to other counselors that would like to see that, and then revisit this next month? Speaker?
I would recommend, what we could do is vote on one of the two options that we have today, forward that to rules, that being the final vote, while we send all their other options over to those who would like to see them. That way we come out of here with one. And if there's a majority of the council who likes that one, then we forward it on to rules for a final vote while we backfill and show the other options to other councilors should they want to see those.
Well, that sounds good to me. Had smoke coming out of my ears for a second. So I guess all in favor for color option 1 on this paper, raise your hand. Okay, all right. So I guess it is color option 1, and then move that on to rules. Is that correct, Shelley? Okay. All right. And so do we need a motion and a second to enter out of this, or since we all, Speaker?
Mr. Chair, we might vote real quickly to move the black and white to rules as well.
And just for reference, for why we did a black and white option, this is for embroidery options, so when you do shirts.
Yeah, so regardless of which color you
Yeah.
wanted or didn't want, the
Yeah.
black and white would have been about the same.
Yeah.
Motion to accept black and white the way it is presented.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor of the black and white version? That worked? Okay. And then, is that it to enter out of discussion? Okay. I see no other business to attend to. So in the meantime, I will forward over those previous designs to counselors that would like to see those as well. So if you'd like to see those, make sure to get with me or email me, and I'll make sure you get that information. So I guess moving on, are there any announcements pertaining to culture? No, the next meeting is tentatively scheduled for Monday, March 9th at 11 a.m. I need a motion and a second to adjourn. All right, we are adjourned.